Thank you very much, Ms. Furness. It's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship, and I join in thanking the honourable member for securing what is a very important debate. And like other honourable members who've spoken, I too have constituents who suffered from this scandal, and Colleen and her husband Andy are in the public gallery today, and they first contacted me in February last year about their son Byron. Colleen has epilepsy and, like so many others, was prescribed with valproate. And throughout the IVF and her pregnancy, they were not warned about the potentially harmful side effects that remaining on the medication could have, despite repeatedly being asked what medication they were on. And we know that use in pregnancy leads to neurodevelopment disorders in 30 to 40% of cases. And Colleen and Andy have told me about their son Byron and what a lovely person he is, and particularly his love for Star Wars. But he has autism, learning disabilities, speech and language development issues. But he is happy at the school that he is at. Sadly, we know this was not an isolated incident, and around 20,000 children have been harmed. So parents like Colleen and Andy deserve to see redress, but they've had to fight to get the support that they have for him, going to a tribunal to get assistance with his education, and they're still battling to get an updated diagnosis to ensure that he gets support as he moves into adulthood in the coming years. And following the Cambridge review, we had the report by Dr. Hughes, commissioned by my former colleague Maria Caulfield. And a year ago, that published the options for financial redress for an interim and a main scheme. And the interim scheme was meant to be up and running with compensation payments being made this year, with the main scheme to follow with more bespoke support based on assessment of individual circumstances. And we need to get on with this, and my honourable friend from Salisbury talked about the experience of other inquiries and other redress schemes, and we need to take that so we can get this scheme up and running. I regret the previous government didn't solve this issue before the election. But what happens now is what is important, and that's a priority. And when I asked Colleen and Andy what they wanted to hear from the Minister, they said they want a commitment to get the scheme up and running and a time frame for the government to deliver the interim and then the final compensation, as well as an apology from all of those who are responsible for this scandal. It's 7 years since the Cambridge review began, but much longer that people have been fighting for justice. And for Colleen and Andy's sake, and thousands of parents like them, they need progress. They need redress so they can be confident about their children's future. I know the Minister is relatively new in post, but I hope that she'll be able to give those families some of that assurance today.